It is no doubt that Project Zomboid is a very beautiful game, often being deemed one of the best zombie survival games on the market. However, not many people can experience the joy of succeeding in it because of its realistic features and very steep learning curve. But fear no more, people, because today I will be teaching you how to become a zombie slaying Chad in this difficult survival game, as well as some beginner tips and how to actually start playing Project Zomboid and get into the game and actually succeed in surviving. So, let's get straight to it. When you first launch Project Zomboid, the game can be very overwhelming with its lots of options. First of all, I recommend for every player who first starts the game to do the tutorial. Then, you will click solo, unless you're playing multiplayer with friends. Then, you have to actually pick what you want to play. I recommend playing Survivor and not Apocalypse, because Survivor is better for single player in my opinion, and it's more preferred by me because of its easier combat. Then, the spawning location, there's a lot. Personally, I recommend first going Riverside or Rosewood. Here I'll be going Rosewood. But remember to mix the locations up so the game doesn't get stale over time. As for actually picking traits in the occupation when you actually are going to create your character, it usually doesn't matter. Just pick something that you like and you think is cool, and it usually works out. Trust me, guys. Well, some good ones is Carpenter, especially for single player, and Park Ranger if you're planning to be trapping later on, as well as Fire Officer, very good for starting in Rosewood, and Police Officer as well. My personal favorite is the Lumberjack because of the axe and fitness and strength that it starts with. I think it's very nice. Then, for the negative traits, I know it can be overwhelming, but the system is actually really ingenious when you actually go to understand it. So first, pick the negative traits first. We don't pick the ones at the very end because they will hinder your gameplay and make it impossible to play. Next, don't pick Sunday Driver because it's very bad. Don't pick any of these. Then pick Slow Reader, especially if you're playing on single player because you can always fast forward time. Weak Stomach because you're not going to be eating rotten food anyway. Then Hard of Hearing, and probably prone to illness as well. Don't take Hardy Appetite because personally I don't like it, and Pacifist, these are just kind of bad. Sleepyhead is not very good for single player because when in single players when you actually have to sleep a lot. And then I recommend taking High Thirst and Smoker. Then I recommend taking Speed Demon, Outdoorsman to combat the two of the negative traits, taking Wakeful especially for single players so you sleep less, and then taking Fit. Fit is good for fitness, especially if you're running away from zombies or climbing fences a lot. Then you can also pick any other positive traits that you want, like Brave or others, like Light Eater, very useful sometimes in some certain situations. Personally, I don't always pick them. Then Handy is very useful, especially on single player servers if you're going to be crafting lots of things. And then click the next screen. Then for character creation, honestly I just pick random most of the time. At the bottom you can also load your characters after you customize them fully. Just pick a character that has clothes and socks, and then you can also save your presets for skills. Next part is actually spawning into Project Zomboid. This part can be difficult sometimes for new players, but I mean, if you spawn in a police station like I did here, it's honestly kind of unlucky because it doesn't spawn with food or other essentials. But if you spawn in a house, you're lucky. So first what you're gonna do is probably drink some water for good luck, and then try to get some food. As you see, I checked the fridge over there. Then I'm gonna start looking for my essentials for every run. Usually I'll take some matches, maybe a magazine. Oh, that was an accident. Then an eraser, then cigarettes if I picked smoker. Then I usually pick pens and pencils to write on the map for maybe locations for later on. And then usually just use common sense for items that you need and don't need. And make sure to always check everything, because the devs are smart in this game and they know your gamer senses, and they do know that you are a loot bug, and they do know that you are in fact going to check every single door and every single cabinet to find every single last piece of drop in the game. For the next part of the game, here in the police station, I got very lucky to see that these armored doors are open, and that I was very lucky to step into the armory. The armory has lots of guns, as you see over here. I got shotgun, I got a bunch of shotgun shells, and a bunch of ammunition as well. Yeah, as you see, I also picked up a fanny pack, very useful, especially if you're going to be carrying lots of stuff. Sadly, I did not find a backpack, so that means that I couldn't take everything. But honestly, at the start of the game, you probably shouldn't be using guns, because if you fire the gun, as you saw in one of my YouTube shorts, it can attract every single zombie in literally the area like Rosewood, which we are in right now, which will be a grave mistake and will in fact kill your character and would be very sad for you. So next on the list is actually combat. So as you see here, I'm being chased by a zombie, and if there's one tip that I have for you, first of all, don't use your guns, because as I said before, it'll be a grave mistake and will kill you. And second of all, try to not fight zombies if you don't have a weapon, like an actual melee weapon like I am here, and instead run away. But when you're running away, don't hold shift. Shift should only be used for emergency situations, and alt, like the tutorial taught you, shouldn't be used at all in my opinion, because it will exhaust your character and you will die. Next on the list, after you kill a zombie, personally, I recommend to take his clothes and then rip them up into sheets. Now, why would this be important? Well, this would be important because those ripped sheets can actually be used to bandage yourself up so you don't bleed out. Next, I would also check every single car that I come across. I would look in the glove box to check if there's a car key. I would also check the seat sometimes, because cars can in fact have some important loot, for example a sewing kit, which can be used for later, and in the trunk it didn't have anything useful at all. So the next part that I'm going to teach you about is actually managing your noodles and really understanding common sense. Because in this game, literally everything can be interacted with. I'm not kidding. Like this light switch, doors can be open, obviously, sinks can be interacted with, and then noodles should be managed. For example, I'm thirsty, so I'm going to go grab a drink by right-clicking on the sink. I can also do other things like cleaning rags, washing myself, and I really recommend doing all of this now at the start of the game before the water does in fact shut off, because, well, at the end of the game, you know, this is a survival game and dying is in fact part of the game. So as I always teach you in every video, always remember to use common sense, and don't drink bleach, or well, maybe do drink bleach if you like dying. Anyways, try guys. It's very healthy for you. It cleanses your insides, and yeah, don't open doors like this. Make sure to always door flash, because just remember, dying is a part of the game. This is a hardcore game. Just go make another survival. Your character will be zombified. Go try and get your stuff back. Good luck. Thank you so much for watching the video. This video took me way too much time to edit, so it'll be nice if all of you would just like and subscribe as always, and maybe comment something nice. Thank you for watching the video till the end. Goodbye.